From Edith Robb Dixon Field on the campus of Cabrini University in Radnor, Pennsylvania, welcome to the Interact Lacrosse Tournament. Today in our first semifinal, the Fords from the Haverford School take on the Churchmen from Episcopal Academy. Hi everyone, alongside Clark Pierce, my name is Tom Wilms. Thank you so much for joining us. And this has been a matchup long time coming. Haverford, the number 2 seed, Episcopal Academy, the number 3 seed. 2 games that were relatively close earlier this season. In April, it was a 10-9 overtime victory. And then just a few days ago, it was a 14-8 victory. Again, both of them for Haverford. And Clark, we've been taking a look at a lot of things. And Episcopal Academy, notably dealing with some injury woes. And at this time of the year, you're not hurt. You're playing injured.
yeah, a lot of guys at this time of year in all levels of lacrosse just playing through injuries because that's part of the game. You play a lot of games back-to-back. Not necessarily games back-to-back, but tough games back-to-back, especially in the Interact. And, Episcopal's dealing with it. I mean, they had a rough go Friday against Haverford. Main face-off guy, Andrew McMeekin, who's the number 89 recruit in the country, one of the best face-off guys in the country, was not available. Second in command, they were injured at the second level, missing a couple guys with some other illnesses, etc. So, they get their chance here. This is the trilogy, right? The third time these teams will meet this year. This happens a lot in the Interact, and I'm looking for Episcopal to have a better approach to the game this today, and we'll see if they can match up better with Haverford and give us a great game to get this semifinal started.
Now, Haverford is a team, again, they are used to being in the championship game. Basically, the last bunch of years, it's been them and Malvern Prep, the last 7 champions between those two teams, but it's been a few years for the Fords. They were, in the beginning of the season, kind of picked by a lot of people to win this whole thing, but right now the number 2 seed, so they may have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, they're playing really well, though. I mean, what we saw Friday was very impressive, Tom. And they were very balanced on offense. They come at you in ways. They've got a lot of great young talent up and down the roster. The defense is one of their best polls is a freshman, for example, and they're stacked at face-off, and a lot of very talented offensive weapons. So I would say. We'll be looking at a great matchup, and we'll see what happens.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back after the anthem.
Centrally located between Center City, Philadelphia, and Chester County, the Haverford School has been educating boys ages pre-K through grade 12 for more than 135 years. Haverford helps boys develop in academics, the arts, athletics, and in character. Providing in-person learning 5 days per week, the Haverford School is taking steps to keep its students and faculty healthy. Find out how remarkable boys become men of character. Visit us at haverford.org/admissions. The Haverford School, preparing boys for life.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the campus of Cabrini University for our first semifinal here in the Interact Lacrosse Tournament between Episcopal Academy and Haverford School. Again, alongside Clark Pierce, I'm Tom Wilms, as again both teams just about ready to get rolling. As we were talking before the anthem, one thing I've done this tournament a few times, I always love to note the number of commits. It's very impressive. Again, Philadelphia is certainly becoming a massive lacrosse hotbed. Everyone's always talked about Long Island, where I grew up, and then you also have Maryland, you have upstate New York, but now Philadelphia is right there with them.
Yeah, and this is the top level of Philadelphia area lacrosse as far as the league. The Interact is a fabulous league, and the benefit of the Interact is that they play with shot clocks. They play college rules, so you've got players, if you're a college coach, that you can look at that are already adapting to the style of play and the pace of play. Because they're already playing those rules. So that's a big difference between high school lacrosse without a shot clock and this brand of it, which to me is not unique around the country, but is certainly unique in the Philadelphia area for sure. So, yeah, there are a ton of commits between the junior and senior classes here, but also some great prospects at the freshman and sophomore level as well. and we can only speculate as to where they'll be, but a lot of them are high D1 caliber type players for sure.
Again, there is an actual section of the crowd which is actually dedicated to college coaches to come in and scout some of these players. Again, whether it be the Division III or Division I level, they'll be here both today and for the final on Friday.
And Tom, why not, right? I mean, put aside the fact that it's a Chamber of Commerce weather kind of day here, you get the chance to watch 4 teams all play, in a matter of, 3 or 4 hours. So you kind of kill 4 different birds with one stone, if you want to think of it that way, and you see a lot of high-level talent. But I bet you they're more looking at the freshmen and the sophomore level players than they are the seniors. So, real quick editorial note here. So Andrew McMeekin, the standout face-off get-off player for Episcopal, is out there to take the draw. So he did not play. I think he injured his right wrist, from what I've been told. And this is the first game he's played in a few. So this is a big difference between Friday night when they played Haverford without him, and with him on the field, he makes a huge difference.
McMeekin against McCarthy. McCarthy wins it clean, and he moves in right away, fires and bounces it high. Just 6 seconds in. How big of a start would that have been? Again, McCarthy is the primary for the Fords. And again, he's just a sophomore, giving you an idea of the depth and the youth of both of these squads.
Yeah, they've got 3 really good face-off players. At Haverford, all 3 of them are good. We saw all 3 of them last week against Episcopal, and what they do in practice, that internal competition is pretty intense.
So the Fords are in the white, Episcopal Academy is in the blue, and we are underway after a quick face-off win for Haverford. They will work it around to the outside, as here is Zeller, and all the way around to the near side once again. Good ball movement so far. Wills Burt heads to the outside. Back behind the X for Ryan DeRocco. DeRocco looks to the cage and said near side for Burt, the future Virginia Cavalier. Goes all the way back up top again for Avi Mell. Plenty of time to shoot, though. Trying to work his way free. Here is Burt. Little one-on-one play. Cradles his way free. Good switch. Back up top, Mell to the near side. And it's intercepted. All alone to the near side was Aiden DeRocco, but there were players in the lane.
Yeah, 28, Evan McFarland. He's a freshman defensive player, plays mostly long stick midi for Episcopal. A good example of one of those players that those coaches that are here are lined up to see. Young talent.
So now it is the Churchman's turn. Here's Travis Lamb, the Cornell commit, to toss it on back as the midfield changes are made. Edward Jones, who's heading to Villanova. And back once again to Lamb. Very patient approach here. Here's Jones. Battling there against Leary. Spins to his left. Nice look to the crease. Trying to get the shot off was Lucas Slate, but fell out of his cross.
Eddie Jones, who made that dodge there for Episcopal, number 4, is a junior who's committed to go to Villanova. They run a lot of the offense through him right now. TJ Lamb gets a lot of attention as a Cornell commit should, and as a senior, he's a leader of this team.
There's Nolan with a drive, and he fires it home. Connor Nolan gets the Haverford Fords on the board. It's 1-0.
Yeah, nobody slid to him, Tom. I mean, the Episcopal defense, which is very strange to see a Chris Bates coach team, which is always defensive-oriented, and I see him shaking his head on the sideline. He just said to his assistant coach, whose responsibility was that slide? I could literally read his lips as he said it. I saw the same thing he did. So they'll make a fix on that. They'll fix that. They'll clean that up. Let's see what happens here with McMeekin and McCarthy, but an opportunistic play by Haverford. You take advantage when your team makes a mistake, and they certainly did.
Again, you cannot allow anyone at this level to move in basically from inside the restraining line to get an obvious shot on goal there.
Yeah, that's a welcome sight right there, Tom, for Episcopal. Might want to get a timeout. They didn't get it out in time. No. Coach Bates was calling for it. All right.
Ball down once again, and unable to keep it alive was Dylan Jazik.
Yeah, McMeekin for Episcopal won that draw pretty clean, and that's a huge, that's going to really help Episcopal if they can keep it going. Right now it's 1-1 on faceoffs, but if he can keep it 50-50, that'd be a huge improvement over last Friday night.
Yeah, it's very simple. You can't score without the balls, so if you can keep winning those draws, that is, again, go into Captain Obvious mode there. That's so huge.
Well, yeah, I mean, possession is huge, but, there's a lot of, these games have a lot of faceoffs because there's a lot of goals scored because there's a shot clock and there's a lot more possession. So you've got to win as many as you can.
And there's Teddy Malone with a drive to roll it home on the delayed penalty.
Yeah, Teddy Malone, so he's a senior that's on his way to Harvard in the fall. He's he's a guy that had a ton of goals on Friday night. Scores off the dodge, scores off of good passes from his teammates, and a little bit of both on that one right there. A crafty lefty who can finish in tight spaces, and was able to show us the crank on that one.
So a 2-0 lead for Haverford, and not only that, they will go on the man up. First man up of the game, as Wills Burt got knocked in the head, and the draw victory here for Haverford right away towards the crease. Good defensive switch to slow things down here. Nolan will take over, then he'll jog off with 48 seconds to go on the man up for Haverford.
It's important for Episcopal to get a stop here, Tom. They've got to get a stop and just sort of put a little bit of a plug in the dike here, just make sure that they're not letting Haverford run away from them this early.
So the outside Zeller, back up top for Malone, looking near side with 25 to go in the man-up situation. Ryan DeRocco, Wills Burt, now for Malone, now to the outside once again. Looking to the crease, Zeller, nothing there. Now they look to the crease, all alone, scores! Avi Mel basically parked right on the crease, and the senior heading to Army makes it 3-0.
I continue to be more and more impressed with Teddy Malone. I mean, he threw he was playing quarterback, if you will, on that man upset, and he found Avi Mel just sneaking around. But Teddy Malone threw that pass. It was a no-look pass. He threw it right-handed. He's a left-handed player, showing you that he is a well-rounded player. Harvard's getting a pretty good player right there.
And another draw victory here for Haverford. That is 3 out of 4, taken over here by Ben McCarthy, as he'll get over the line and set it up for Teddy Malone.
Yeah, that was William Hahn on the faceoff there, 97 for Episcopal. So they've already given McMeekin at least one faceoff off. He is standing up and just looking at him on the sidelines, just kind of working that right wrist in his hand. With his hand on the stick, just kind of rolling it and keeping it moving. So expect to see some more out of him for sure, but something we definitely want to keep an eye on.
Shot from the outside that goes wide by Aiden Copen, but it is backed up by the Fords, and they'll have 47 to shoot. So here's DeRocco to bring it right back in. He'll go to X. Two-man game back behind the X. And ball down as it was knocked out of the cross by McCarthy. Goes out of play, and it'll be Churchman ball.
Yeah, McCarthy is the top defensive player for Episcopal. Very good player. But he's got some young, really good talent around him. And they were missing Paul Bruder, I believe, last time we did the game on Friday. Wasn't
the look to the crease from Nash Womack, the keeper, smartly backed up by Jazik, but with that aggressive ride by Haverford. Using all 10 men, why not? Give it a go to the crease and let them know that you can at least try it.
Yeah, the 10-man ride. I mean, we see the 10-man ride a lot at the college level, D1, D3. You got to have an athletic goalie that can get out of their crease and cover, but you also need someone that can get back in the goal and stop a shot like that. If it was on cage, that probably would have gone in.
So now Episcopal Academy, just their second offensive opportunity of the game.
Yeah, down 3-0, Tom. They need at least a good look here, but really they got to get a shot on cage and get it past Chakouti.
Look to the crease, nothing there. Back up top, the shot, and scores! Deflected off of Chakouti and in, and the Churchmen are on the board. It's 3-1.
Yeah, Tristan Whitaker there, 32 for Episcopal. That's a huge sigh of relief for this Episcopal bench and coaching staff to see their only their second offensive possession, as you pointed out, Tom, and they. We're more than just about 6 minutes into this game, and that's only the second time they've had the ball on offense. So they really needed that goal. That was a big one by Whitaker.
I love seeing that setup, though, by Episcopal Academy. Have the man back at X with possession, multiple opportunities, multiple guys going to the crease, and it was the third man basically coming in as a cutter, and he was able to find the twine. So a 3-1 game and another face-off victory for Haverford, albeit by violation.
Yeah, violation. McMeekin went a little bit early, and that's part of the game at the face-off X. Is if you can kind of bend the rules a little bit, get that win, get away with it. You get a clean win for your team. You start a fast break. So Went for it. It didn't work out.
Now here's Gerber. He's heading to Amherst. Now this is Teddy Malone. In the two-man game at X, good switch there as Sam Malloy takes over defensively, then backs off. Malone looking to the crease. Good check on him. The spin, fires it low, and it'll go out of play, but backed up by Haverford, and they'll have 36 to shoot.
Yeah, Matt McCarthy's that pole we were just talking about, 21. He's on his way to Penn next fall. He already, to me, looks like an Ivy League defender with his size and his strength. I think he's going to be a real good addition to the Quakers.
Off the pipe by Teddy Malone, not a great angle. But he still hits the iron, but it's backed up by Episcopal Academy with 5:30 to go in the quarter.
Not great shot selection there by Teddy Malone. They a 4-1 lead right here obviously would be much better than a 3-1 lead, but Teddy Malone's a better player and he can make better shot selection than that.
Long pass up ahead, and this connects to Jazik. Jazik heading to the crease, cuts across, gets free, fires, and a save by Chakouti. But the ground ball picked up here by Episcopal Academy from the outside. Look to the near side, fires, and that goes high by Lamb. And out of play, but it is backed up by the Churchman. TJ Lamb going low to high, just rose that barely above the crossbar.
Yeah, and not a great shot by Jazik either. I mean, poor shot selection we're seeing on both sides of the field. Jazik's had a great look at it, and goalie stands in that crease, Tom. You know this as an old goalie. It's like 75% of the goal that's not covered. They're only really covering about 20-25% with their body and their stick and whatnot, and you got to find those open spots.
So here's Lamb with the spin. Down draws the double. Back up top. And plenty of time to shoot. Flag flies. Shot, score! From the outside, Tristan Whitaker with his second of the game.
TJ Lamb did the work there, right? He did the work. He drew the double. 2 quick passes, and they get it to Tristan Whitaker, who shoots a great, makes a great shot selection with a bouncer that just bounces high off the turf and over the shoulder of Chakouti. I mean, that's a great job right there, like drawing that double, and he probably got fouled on that as well. This game is always a little bit chippy, and we're already seeing it here today.
It'll also be a man up for Episcopal Academy, so their first man up of the game.
So that they did throw a flag there. I didn't see the laundry on the field. But I will note that we do now have 3 officials. We started the game with 2. I think somebody got caught in a little bit of traffic on their way here to Cabrini.
Traffic on the main line? Really?
Well, it's not L.A. or Atlanta, but it's traffic, yes.
Here's Jazik with control, and a draw victory for Episcopal Academy. And a chance to tie the game up.
McMeekin with a good win there. I mean, when he's winning these so far today, he's winning them clean. And it's like a juice thing for the bench. The bench is going nuts, high-fiving him there. That's a big deal for them.
The look to the outside is looking to get the shot off was Whitaker. Down the near side, TJ Lamb. Playing the center was Sleet. But now to the near side, here's Jazik. Jazik gets it back. Has a lane. Tries to swim his way through, but he's forced back. Plenty of time to shoot. 20 in the power play. As it's over now for Whitaker. Whitaker, skip pass across, but no look there from Jazik. Now to the crease. But another defensive slide successful. Crafton. 30 seconds to shoot in the shot clock. TJ Lamb, the shot and a save by Chakouti. And he'll control the rebound, and there goes the man up.
That's a great save by Chakouti, not only because he made the save, but also he prevented a rebound. And, the rebounds are tough because it's like a 50-50 ball, but when the other team has another player than you do because they're man up, that makes it even harder. That's a great job in cage right there. Those are the kind of saves that coaches circle on the when they're watching film and they talk about. You need more and more goalies at the D1 level. Coaches want goalies that do not allow rebounds. Minimize the rebounds, and you minimize the other team's chances.
Malone controls here for Zeller. With 40 to shoot, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, a 3-2 lead for Haverford. Wills Burt tries to find some room against Cooper McAndrews.
Burt's one of the fastest players I've seen in person this year.
Ooh, sneaky shot there. Rebounds almost skipped to the cage, but it's actually grabbed before it went in by Paul Bruder. I don't think it would have counted because there was someone in the crease, but some serious English on that rebound. And Episcopal Academy with the outlet pass here for Edward Jones. A lot of room up the middle. Turns into a bit of a fast break. Drops it off. Look to the crease. Nothing there. Good job slowing it down by Whitaker. So now both teams will make their midfield changes. Edward Jones, again, heading to Villanova. And back up top now for Charles Crafton, the junior. Lucas Slate. Back now for Crafton. And now for Jones. Jones going one-on-one, heads to the outside. Not much of an angle. So he'll circle it on back. Good job defensively by Brendan Leary. Now tries to cut through. Trying to get a shot off, but actually fell out of his cross before he got it off. 30 seconds to shoot, and they regroup back at X. Jazik back up top. Around it goes for Crafton. Crafton again. Tries to find some room on the near side. Spins to his left. No lane. Tries to lower the shoulder. Nothing there. Pass across the shot, and it goes wide. Backed up by the Churchman, but only 11 to shoot.
Yeah, like a hot shooter in basketball, Tristan Whitaker right now is hot. He just missed the cage with that shot. He's got the 2 goals previously that EA's put on the board. They got to look for him some more. He's feeling it right now.
5 to shoot, looking to the crease. Dump back behind, that gets away, and it's a shot clock violation against the Churchman. Someone who's been quiet so far is Dylan Jazik, the sophomore, last year's leading scorer for this Churchman squad with 31 goals and 13 assists. But so far, relatively quiet.
He's a known commodity, much more so this year than he was last year. But he should have a goal. I mean, just some poor shot selection in the previous possession. He'll find his way. He's a natural scorer. He'll figure it out.
So we head down to the last minute of play in this first quarter. A 3-2 lead for the Fords. Way outside here's Wills Burt.
Yeah, and at this speed I like to see him go more there. He's a player that can separate from just about anybody on the field, whether it's a pole or a shorty.
Down to 40 seconds left to go. Shot clock down to 30, so there is some separation. It's Burt. He's being met to the outside a number of times. That is a dangerous play from the defensive midfielders. He has the speed to make one move and he'd be gone. Avi Mel back behind.
Yeah, Avi Mel is a player. I like that EA is covering him with a short stick. He's not really a dodger. He's more of a finisher.
Nice look to the crease and a kick save by Nash Womack. Look to the crease again, but DeRocco couldn't get the shot off. 14 seconds to go in the period. Shot comes in, another save, as Wills Burt couldn't get it to go with the left-hander. 8 seconds left. Here's Malone.
They gave him a reset on that shot clock with the change of possession.
Shot comes in and a save by Womack. He'll cover it up, and that's the way the period will end. The York College commit making 3 key saves in the last 30 seconds of the quarter to keep it a 3-2 game in favor of Haverford. We'll take a break and come back with second quarter action. You're watching the Interact Lacrosse semifinals on SFBN.
Centrally located between Center City, Philadelphia, and Chester County, the Haverford School has been educating boys ages pre-K through grade 12 for more than 135 years. Haverford helps boys develop in academics, the arts, athletics, and in character. Providing in-person learning 5 days per week, the Haverford School is taking steps to keep its students and faculty healthy. Find out how remarkable boys become men of character. Visit us at haverford.org/admissions. The Haverford School, preparing boys for life.
Hey Thunder fans! Baseball's right around the corner. Your Trenton Thunder begin their jam-packed schedule with an opening night celebration on June 7th. Meet Kate Flannery from The Office, grab a Bat Dog Dash bobblehead, and celebrate 4th of July at the Thunder. Daily specials return with $1 hot dogs and Kids Eat Free Tuesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Case's Pork Roll Fridays, and Fireworks most Thursdays and Saturdays. There's something going on at every game in 2022. Get your tickets at TrentonThunder.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, live from Edith Robb Dixon Field on the campus of Cabrini University as we head towards second quarter action in our first semifinal of the day. Haverford 3, Episcopal Academy 2. Alongside Clark Pierce, I'm Tom Williams. Thank you so much for joining us as we'll switch sides and put a fresh 12 minutes on the board. Very intriguing contest so far as Haverford looked early on that they were going to run away with this thing. They were up 3-0, but Episcopal Academy kind of settled down, won some draws, got some shots on, and now they win another draw as here. They move in right away. Look to the crease. Shot comes in, and a big save there off the body of Cachuti. That was in the most sensitive of areas.
Yeah, it looks like the lower abdominal region, Tom, is one way to describe it.
And he is down at a knee, but meanwhile, they are going to stop play, and I think it's going to be an official timeout. That is a very good job by the near side official. As, again, we'll take a look at that shot. And again, remember, if you watch the Philadelphia Wings, they wear a lot more padding. Let's put it that way. Field goalies don't wear nearly as much. And, he's going to take a bit of a breather, sip of water, and, he's actually going to be relieved by Kyle Morris, the sophomore. Yeah,
the coach, the Haverford head coach, got in the ref's ear and one of the plays stopped. But if you stop play for an injured player, that player has to come out. So we'll see if he subs back in once play starts.
All right, now he's in the
he's talking
penalty area, so
talking to the trainer. I think he's good. I mean, when those things happen, he's got the goalies wear much bigger than what a normal a cup, an athletic cup that they wear more like what a boxer wears. So it just got him in a spot that it's a sensitive area. How else do we describe this?
That's the best way to put it. As that'll go out of play, and it will be Episcopal Academy possession. And by the way, Chuck Cachuti is back into the game as he subbed in while the Fords were on offense.
Still kind of holding his stomach. He's going to feel that for a while.
And you hope that doesn't get into a goalie's head. I mean, you can imagine if it would.
He's been playing pretty good. Good crafty play right there by Nash to use the turf and bounce pass it to his teammate. All right, that's a good clear for Episcopal. They've got a chance to tie this thing up, which is a big deal. I mean, versus what we saw on Friday, I'm really impressed with Episcopal's approach here. They slow this down. Haverford likes to play aggressive. They like to play aggressive on offense. They like to be aggressive on defense, and they have controlling the tempo of this game right now. Episcopal has got that for sure.
Here's Lucas Slate, goal line extended, forced back behind the decks here against Brendan Leary. All the way around he goes as Leary stays with him well. All the way back up top now for TJ Lamb. Lamb isolates. He goes to his left, draws the switch, pass out in front. The shot and a save by Cachuti. And the rebound is picked up, and then trying to stuff it was Cooper, and then it's intercepted, and then Slate tried to throw it home on a diving back around the world shot, and it ends up going out of the play.
We got the answer to the question: is Cachuti okay? Is he ready to go? I would say very much so. To get to leap like that and make that save, that was a huge save.
I found it interesting that Gavin Cooper decided that to try to just swallow it onto the turf. But again, this is sport turf. It's going to bounce a little bit more than it would do on grass. Again, I understand what he was trying to do, just kind of serve it inside the crease to allow the easy ground ball for Cachuti.
Yeah, what the defensemen do there, even the short stick players, is they'll slam it down to the ground, but the ball will bounce in their stick, within their cross, so it won't go anywhere, and the goalie can put their stick over the top, and they can keep possession. But obviously it slipped out of the stick on the way down and bounced high, and they're lucky to get out of that without letting up another goal.
38 to shoot. Nice move here by Zeller to move in, fires, and it goes out of play. But it is backed up by Haverford, and they'll have 35 to shoot. Ryan Duraco, the Army commit, will take it in from the corner. Steps up the speed, goes back behind the decks. Looks to the crease, no cutters. Here's side Avimel. He's fronted by Ed Jones. Had an angle, instead tosses it back up top. Zeller, he draws the double. Now to the far side, Duraco again. Duraco, down for Malone. 12 to shoot for the Fords. Spin move, look to the crease, behind the back, off the post. Another try, they score! Avi Mel finds the rebound for his second of the game, makes it 4-2 Haverford.
Yeah, rebounds are killers, and obviously that shot went straight off the post, and right into on a bounce to Avi Mel.
I think he would have been better served to shoot that with the forehand.
Yeah, but the goal, obviously the cage was left wide open. you know, that's an opportunistic goal for Haverford. No other way to really put it. Pretty good possession with a couple of good looks at the cage.
Draw here, and it's still in flux, and the ground ball picked up by Episcopal Academy. So now we're even up, 4-4 as far as face-offs are concerned.
Yeah, and I'm just watching McMeekin, and he looks, you know, he's doing all his high fives with his left hand, keeping the right hand away, and just saving it for all the reps he's going to try to make here. I mean, that is a huge, you know, he lost that clamp on that one, but he fought through and was able to create a 50-50 opportunity for his teammate. Who was that on the wing there? I didn't quite see who it was, the pole, but he made a great pickup of the ground ball.
Two-man game back behind. Jazik tries to get out in front. Nothing there.
Yeah, Reese Hickey was the 16 in blue. That was a great ground ball.
Pass a little bit high. It's unable to control. Was Whitaker. And now possible fast break the other way. It's the long pull. This is Will Costin. Harassed from behind. Ball down. But gets it right back. As Alexander Pillart was being a problem. Now here's Gillen. Looked all the way across. Ball down again. As unable to control is DeRocco. And finally controlled by Episcopal Academy, but unable to control the outlet pass was Mason Klein. And finally settled down by Malone, and a timeout called by Haverford. Kind of scrambly play over the last 12 seconds or so after Haverford, again, was able to pick up a ground ball. But that's the kind of play in the playoffs that, you know, those 50-50 balls, those ground balls that are so huge. If you win that battle, again, it's the same as the face-off X. If you win that battle, you are, again, it's just such a momentum builder. Yeah,
you're gaining a possession, right? I mean, that was Episcopal had a clear opportunity to get a clear going, get the ball down, and set up their offense. And the Haverford team, you know, like I said earlier, they do a lot of things aggressively. They like to play offense aggressively, play defense aggressively. The thing they may do the most aggressively is ride. And, you know, that was a great play by Teddy Malone coming up behind and riding hard. You know, and the Episcopal player had his long pole in his right hand, was trying to switch to his left hand to make a pass. And in that time, making that exchange, that was when Teddy Malone was able to check his stick and create the turnover and get the ball. And then Haverford gets the timeout here, and they'll set something up here with 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half. You know, when we watched these two teams play on Friday, you know, I just saw Patrick Gillen make a play there for Haverford, 16. It was a really energetic long stick midi, and sometimes is down low playing defense as well. But he was all over the field, Tom, on Friday. I mean, just starting fast breaks, causing turnovers, you know, knocking down passes, had a penalty. Like, he is all over the field, plays a lot, and he's not been as impactful on this game yet, and that's simply because of the pace of play and the tempo that Episcopal is sort of pushing on Haverford here. And I'll bet you that was part of the conversation in the Haverford huddle, was like, hey, let's control the tempo. Let's play our game. We're not playing their game.
Back underway after the timeout as it's controlled on the far side by Ryan DeRocco. Tries to swim his way free. Goes back behind the decks. Almost gets away from Teddy Malone. Malone bothered by Matthew McCarthy. Goal line extended. Back up top. Look to the crease here. Sam Gerber backs off. Here for Aiden DeRocco. Two-man game, DeRocco. Back now for Gerber. Still plenty of time to shoot. As here's back Childs. Childs trying to get free. Back behind the deck. Pass too high for DeRocco.
Yeah, that actually was the pass got impacted by Mason Klein, number 20, the pole, that got his stick on his hands and was able to cause the turnover. So that was a great play by EA.
So now Episcopal Academy down by 2, under 7 minutes to go in the first half. And 11-7 overall. As this pass almost is intercepted. Still ball down and able to cradle away is Flynn Carney. Charles Crafson gets away. Harassment there from Brendan Leary. It's a good job in communication from the bench, saying you're about to get creamed. Here's Jones. Up ahead now for Whitaker, who has both Churchman goals. He's heading to Vermont. Crafts into the outside now for Lamb. Lamb all the way back to X. Picked up here by Paul Buckley.
So you see what they're doing here, Tom. They're just, they're slowing it down, making it a shorter game, wasting about 40 seconds. Now they're getting it under 25.
Oh, nice look to the crease, and a big check thrown there as the bucket goes flying on Jones. And flags fly all over the place. That's an easy call. Again, the hands got up high.
Yeah, watching both coaches of both teams, or at least coaching staffs, and both coaches and teams were like telling their benches, everybody just calm down. Let's keep this, keep this here. It was a rough play, rightfully penalized. We'll wait and see if it's 1 minute locked in or maybe if they go to 2.
Yeah, it was Louis Atkinson who threw the check. Looked like he got hands into the chest and then just rode up his helmet. And you can tell that Atkinson is a junior, who is an outside linebacker for the football team for Haverford.
Right, so they're going to call that a 1 minute penalty, but they're going to lock him in, which means that he'll serve full time. So if EA is able to score here within, before the penalty is up after a minute, they'll have that extra time to set up again. There'll be a face-off, obviously, but I was interested to see that they didn't make it a 2 minute penalty and lock him in for 2 minutes.
And by the way, before the penalty, it was a nice stick check by Brendan Leary, so the hit was actually not needed, but he didn't know that at the time. So second man up here for Episcopal Academy. They're 0 for 1. Jazik looks to the outside shot, drops it off for Whitaker. Multiple looks to the crease, but nobody open. TJ Lamb back up top. Shot comes in, scores! Nice look to the near side. Tristan Whitaker with the hat-trick goal.
Yeah, there's a fundamental. That was a great fundamental goal from Tristan Whitaker because his hands and his stick were already in a position to shoot, and he didn't have to take a lot of time winding up. He just did a quick hitch and got the shot, and he put it into a spot, where the goalie wasn't able to get to. And it wasn't a hard shot. It wasn't a fancy shot, but you know what? It still counts as a goal, and it's a huge goal for EA to cut this lead down from 2 to 1. And they've got McMeekin back out there, and we still got 27 seconds left on the penalty.
That's one of the hardest saves to make as a keeper. Again, moving away from the stick.
Well, I did not see it the way that the refs just saw it.
That's a big break for
Yeah,
Haverford.
I saw that going the other way, and I thought that EA was going to have another man-up opportunity there, albeit 27 seconds, but still time enough to get a good look. That's an interesting call. That's a break for Haverford for sure.
So now Haverford will settle it down as here's Burt from way outside. Again, spread it out, play keep away for the next 5 seconds, and then you can start your offense. And there goes the man up. Episcopal Academy 1 for 3 now. Colin Zeller looks to the crease. Pass out in front, the shot off the crossbar, it would not go. Beautiful pass for Aiden DeRocco. Bar down as the backup is made by the Churchman. Well, there have been a number of posts hit by both teams, and every goalkeeper will tell you, well, that's what I gave him. As here is Cooper McAndrews to get over the line. Here for TJ Lamb, 4:33 left to go in the half.
Offsides on
offside
EA.
Call. Now that is an unforced error. One that they cannot afford.
I'd love to see the replay on that. I'm not sure. Well, great takeaway right there by TJ Lamb.
And we have a flag down, and it'll be enforced as it may be offside again. So it looks like Haverford may be going on their second man up as the officials will work it out. It'll be just for 30 seconds, but again, we went from Episcopal Academy having about 30 seconds to go on a man up. After a face-off violation, now it'll go the other way, essentially. Oh, too many on the field.
Might have been caused by TJ Lamb riding there. He is an attackman, so he was over the line riding, so that may have been the 7th player, and then once the possession changed, the flag was already down, but they blow it dead.
Nice look to the crease, but no angle for DeRocco. Teddy Malone up top. Zeller, sharp angle shot, and he scores! Avi Mel has the hat-trick goal. Man-up goal for the Fords, and they lead 5-3.
Avi Mel is and I say this with all due respect, he is a flat-footed shooter. That is his game, and he's got his feet set. and he just hits that target. I mean, Nash had no chance on that one. Not only was it thrown, was a fast shot, but it was perfectly placed. And that's when he is at his best. He's not a dodge and score guy. He is a step down shooter, and that's the definition of it for him right there.
So back to a 2-goal lead for Haverford. 4:01 left to go in the first half. Draw victory here. And moving in right away with a shot that rises high by Andrew McMeekin. It is backed up, though, by the Churchman. And here's Tristan Whitaker on the near side. Again, waiting for his midfielders to change up. All the way back up top for TJ Lamb. Lamb here for Lucas Slate. And the return to Lamb, who sets up on the far side. Lamb gets the pick. Goes to his left. Looks for an angle. Nothing there. Tries to back his way in it. Now gets free. Shot comes in and he scores. Great move by TJ Lamb. And it's back to a 1-goal game.
A great answer from the senior leader of this Episcopal team right there. Give you a little preview of what he's trying to bring to Ithaca, New York next year, and going to Cornell. That was a great dodge. That's really not his game. He's a helper guy. He's an assister. He does a lot of stuff assisting the ball. That's usually his game, setting up his teammates. But he went left looking for the slide, came back to his right, which is not his natural side, and put a great bounce shot past the goalie.
So back to a 1-goal lead for Haverford. And kind of overrunning it was McMeekin. But he still finds a way to win it there for Hickey. Pass too high for McMeekin. And the ground ball grabbed by Costin. Costin over the center line. Surveys, and he'll back off. And long poles love to come in and shoot, but they've got to be smart.
Yeah, I said this on Friday. The Haverford defensemen are all very skilled with the ball in their stick. They're all very comfortable switching hands from left to right or right to left. And they are all threats to bring it down and be a threat to score. Good example of it right there with Costin. He's a very solid player.
Zeller looks, nothing there. Avi Mel. Mel with a head fake. Look to the crease. Not much of an angle. Cuts across, makes it a better angle, and he scores! Wills Burt with a rocket. And it's now 6-4 Haverford.
Avi Mel with a good dodge there. You got to know he's not really looking to shoot off those dodges, though. That's not his tendency. He doesn't like to do that as much, right? But he drew just enough of a slide where they were committed on that second slide, which when on the rotation, find the guy furthest away. He finds Burt, and there it is. I mean, that was and he stepped down and had a lot of time and space to put that on the cage.
So Wills Burt, the future Wahoo, makes it again a 2-goal lead for the Fords. And a slight delay here for a second. Not exactly sure why. Maybe checking the clock. 2:30 to go.
A little house cleaning in the substitution boxes by the referee. Just reminding the players you can't camp out in there, which they're right back to doing now that he's turned away.
Of course. Trying to get every little advantage, especially in the conference tournament. Wills Burt, the future Cavalier on the Cavalier logo here at Cabrini University. I want to thank everyone here at Cabrini University for the hospitality. Not only for the players downstairs, for us here on the broadcast as well. Here's Zeller. Zeller, nice move. Goes low, fires it wide. Steps in. That's a good job by Nash Womack. Again, it was a one-on-one against the keeper. He made the step and said, yeah, you're going to have to beat me. And he couldn't. You don't think of a goalie a lot as an offensive kind of player, but in that way, he took the initiative. As here's TJ Lamb after the long home run pass by Womack. And timeout will be called by Episcopal Academy. With 1:42 to go in the half, I like this timeout simply because it is trying to end a trend. They've been going back and forth. Right now they understand how important getting this next goal is to try to pull within one and eventually, hopefully, tie the game up.
Yeah, Coach Bates has got his offensive players gathered around him. He's going to grab his grease board here, and they're going to come up with a play here, and he's looking for a high opportunity. He's looking for the kind of play where they can drain some clock. So he's got 67 seconds on the shot clock. I think the ideal scenario for him would be to get something on cage that where he's got guys moving around. So I'm just looking at him, kind of trying to read his lips here, but there's going to be some motion with this. So they're looking to get the motion going, get that. You want to play off the aggressive nature of this Haverford defense. They love to swarm to the ball, and they slide early and they slide often. So I would think he's going to look for something that will cause them to slide. We didn't see them slide on that last move by TJ Lamb. So let's see if he can get them sliding, create an opportunity, give them a high percentage shot and put this back down to a 1-goal advantage.
That's something we've seen pretty much the entire game from these offensive sets from Episcopal academies. They get multiple cutters to the crease again, and it's so hard to cover.
Yeah,
they take their time. Next thing you know, it goes from a kind of lull you to sleep offense to then a frenetic pace, especially once you get later in the shot clock.
Yep. Yeah, and we missed it, and I missed it. But I just realized that Jake McCarthy, 26 for Haverford, took that last draw and was able to beat McMeekin there. So, they're starting to give some rotation and give different looks to McMeekin so that he doesn't get used to one guy the whole time, which is a great strategy by Haverford to keep him on his toes.
They certainly have the Fogo depth to do it. They've got 3, maybe 4 guys who can compete in the face-off X.
Yeah, and McMeekin on his sideline now going over it with William Hahn, the backup face-off player for Episcopal. So they're talking through those changes right now.
So here is TJ Lamb to set up with 90 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, they'll be in no hurry here for probably another 20 seconds would be my guess, and then they'll look for something coming to the net.
This is one of those times where the old school, without the shot clock, they would probably run it to the very end of the quarter. But with the shot clock, they'll have to hurry it along a little bit. Here's Jazik looking to the crease, and good stick check on him by Connor Nolan as he was able to get free on the far side, but then a bad pass by Kachuti.
So this is kind of ideal if you're Chris Bates, even though Jazik did not have awareness of the defender on his left shoulder, and he got it checked and they lost it. But now he can run down the shot clock all the way to the end of the time. So the shot clock is essentially off here.
Draws the double near side for TJ Lamb to the crease. The jumping shot, big save by Kachuti. The rebound taken though by Jazik. He'll fire it wide, but it is backed up by Episcopal Academy with 45 seconds to go.
Brendan Leary broke his stick on that play, so he was running off the field for Haverford. Haverford calling a timeout here, which is might as well. You can't hang on to him. You can't put him in the bank. These timeouts, you might as well use it to get the defense set. But yeah, the ref is running off the field with Brendan Leary's broken cross. And
that's a couple $100 wasted.
That's at least a couple $100. Boy, you must not have kids that play lacrosse. That's at least $200 right there. But
no, it just gives you an idea of how long it's since. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'd have a whole bag full of sticks for $200 back in the old days, right? But oh no, come on, it's at least $200, right? Ooh. But if Episcopal had realized that they were essentially man up at that moment, they had a chance there before the extra player was run on the field, or the player that they were running on to replace Brendan Leary, who had the broken stick. So, Jazik was a little bit shot happy there, right? He made the mistake where he didn't see the defender on his left shoulder, which led to the turnover, but they got the ball back. And then they had time. They had a little bit of time there to kind of, reassess. Look, where's the opening? Where's the open player? And let's get a good high quality shot. And they didn't get it, but they'll have another chance here, just even strength. The good news for Chris Bates is they can run this down. So the worst case scenario is he goes into halftime with a 2-goal. They're down 2 goals, but he can also get a great shot here and cut this thing down to a 1-goal advantage, which is a huge win for EA coming off of where we were last Friday when these two teams last met.
Not only that, again, they were down 3-0 early in this game, and again, to come back, slow things down, and crawl their way back into this game is again huge. Those late period goals, late quarter goals, doesn't matter what the sport is, they're always momentum killers or adders.
Absolutely. Double value, right?
Exactly. As here's TJ Lamb to the outside, 35 seconds to go in the half. Lamb looking to isolate, draws the double, backs off, no cutters. Now back, he tries to thread the needle, ball down, and it's eventually worked out towards the center. And trouble scooping up, but eventually grabbed here by Haverford. Now this could be a big swing. Pass across a little low, but corralled on his knee, then gets right back up to Rocco, trying to back his way in. DeRocco trying to get hands free, gets the low shot, and he scores! Fights through a number of stick checks. Ryan DeRocco, with 13 seconds left to go, makes it a 3-goal lead for Haverford.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's the worst case scenario there for EA. I don't know how else to say it. It's just a tough break for them that, the long pole that's on here, Evan McFarland, he's a freshman. He's, on the job training, let's call it. I mean, he was just beaten by, a junior that's, a 4-star recruit that's headed to Army. I mean, that's a tough assignment for him. And when he's got momentum like that, it was, looked like he was even kind of holding them. Refs could have called it, but they didn't. And, that's the worst case scenario for EA. Now they're down 3.
But now with 8 seconds left to go, a chance to get back on the board. Fires from the outside, well wide. 4 seconds left, backed up by the Churchman.
Yeah, not great shot selection here from EA.
And now it looks like a timeout will be called. Or
No, they're going to move him back to a certain spot of where the ball went out. Nope, we do get a timeout. Coach Bates calling a timeout right now.
They took a couple of seconds off the clock. I'm sure they'll fix that. Right now it says 2.6 to go.
It was 4.7 when they blew the whistle to move Jazik to closer to where the ball went out of bounds. So they just put 4.2 back on, which is great because it avoided that uncomfortable moment where the coach comes over and argues, and then the other coach comes over and argues they put too much on, and so the decision's already been made. It's 4-2.
And again, those 2
4.2.
seconds may not sound like a bunch, but again, it allows you to at least give you some time to, again, throw cutters towards the crease.
Absolutely.
Instead of 1 pass, potentially 2, maybe 3 passes as well.
Yeah. I harp on shot selection. You're not worried about shot selection here. You want to put bodies towards the crease. You got time for a dodge and a quick feed. That's what they're trying to set up right now. And just watch in front of the crease because we should see a lot of action, a lot of picks, trying to get somebody free.
It's like trying to play a basketball game in a phone booth. That's what it's just going to look like. Again, so many tight picks.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see who they start with the ball, if they go with TJ Lamb or if they go with Jazix.
But a very important spot here for EA to get, again, we're back within 2, heading to the half.
It looks like TJ Lamb, number 2 for Episcopal, will start with the ball. That's the choice I would make for sure. I concur with Coach Bates on that decision. He's your best ball handler and your best feeder for sure.
Gillen will defend the Delaware commit. Again, 4.2 to go as we await the whistle. And now he'll go back behind the X, try to do it himself. Spin move, swim move, gets out in front, gets a shot off, but it does not hit the crease. And that is how the half will end. Intriguing finish as he basically went solo to try to get out in front. But again, 2 quarters in the books. It's 7-4 Haverford. We'll take a break and come back with third quarter action in just a few moments. So you're watching the Interact Lacrosse Tournament here on SFBN.
Centrally located between Center City, Philadelphia, and Chester County, the Haverford School has been educating boys ages pre-K through grade 12 for more than 135 years. Haverford helps boys develop in academics, the arts, athletics, and in character. Providing in-person learning 5 days per week, the Haverford School is taking steps to keep its students and faculty healthy. Find out how remarkable boys become men of character. Visit us at haverford.org/admissions. The Haverford School, preparing boys for life.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Eldion Padulary in Feasterville, Trevose today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Hey, Thunder fans! Baseball's right around the corner. Your Trenton Thunder begin their jam-packed schedule with an opening night celebration on June 7th. Meet Kate Flannery from The Office, grab a Bat Dog Dash bobblehead, and celebrate 4th of July at the Thunder. Daily specials return with $1 hot dogs and Kids Eat Free Tuesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Case's Pork Roll Fridays, and Fireworks most Thursdays and Saturdays. There's something going on at every game in 2022. Get your tickets at TrentonThunder.com. Hey, Thunder fans! Baseball's right around the corner. Your Trenton Thunder begin their jam-packed schedule with an opening night celebration on June 7th. Meet Kate Flannery from The Office, grab a Bat Dog Dash bobblehead, and celebrate 4th of July at the Thunder. Daily specials return with $1 hot dogs and Kids Eat Free Tuesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Case's Pork Roll Fridays, and Fireworks most Thursdays and Saturdays. There's something going on at every game in 2022. Get your tickets at TrentonThunder.com.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Eldion Padulary in Feasterville, Trevose today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Centrally located between Center City, Philadelphia, and Chester County, the Haverford School has been educating boys ages pre-K through grade 12 for more than 135 years. Haverford helps boys develop in academics, the arts, athletics, and in character. Providing in-person learning 5 days per week, the Haverford School is taking steps to keep its students and faculty healthy. Find out how remarkable boys become men of character. Visit us at haverford.org/admissions. The Haverford School, preparing boys for life.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we're live from Edith Robb Dixon Field on the campus of Cabrini University, heading towards the third quarter of our first semifinal of the day. It'll be Haverford and Episcopal Academy. Haverford leading 7-4. Again, our second semifinal will be coming up at about 7. Actually, it will be at 7 o'clock between Penn Charter and Malvern Prep. That's going to be a good one as well. This one, again, we were very close to it being a 6-5 game, as opposed to actually a 6-5 game as opposed to a 7-4 game, but back underway as alongside Clark Pierce, I'm Tom Wilms. Thanks so much for joining us. Look to the crease, all alone. Shot comes in and he scores. Connor Nolan picks up his second of the game, and just 11 seconds in to the third quarter, it's now an 8-4 game.
Yeah, less than the last minute of play in this game. So the last few seconds of the second quarter and the first 11 seconds of this quarter, it's 2-0 Haverford, and that makes it an 8-4 game. When as you were talking about, like we could have had a 6-5 game at halftime, but it flipped the other way, and it was sort of a 2-for-1 goal for Haverford, and they just get another one right there, very opportunistic. And so I can just see with the body language of Coach Chris Bates is, that's a tough one to swallow for them.
Big ground ball here, but it is controlled by Haverford. That is basically 3 or 4 straight draws. Again, it was fairly close heading to the later stages of the second quarter, but now getting free here is DeRocco. He'll try a shot, and swallowing it up is Nash Womack.
Great save by Womack and a good outlet pass, although it could be we get through it here.
Oh, that was very close to being dangerous as, again, Flynn Carney could have got killed there.
Great play by Brendan Leary there. He's an excellent athlete, His older brother Jack is also a defensive midi. That's the family business for the Leary boys that come through Haverford. But his brother, a sophomore at Georgetown, which was upset on Sunday night by Delaware in the second round of the NCAA tournament. But Brendan, a very promising prospect himself, only a junior. Good basketball player, good lacrosse player. Comes from a very athletic family.
So a 4-goal lead here for Haverford. Across now comes for Avi Mel. He's got the hat trick. Shot comes in. That goes high and wide by Burt. But it is backed up by the Fords, and they'll have 32 to shoot. Actually, that was really slowed down as it headed to the corner.
Yeah, I think Nash got a piece of it. He put it in the stick with the shot was way above the cage, and he put his stick up and got a piece of it, which would have been a great play for him to get possession and send his team down the other end.
Here once again is Burt. From way outside, that goes wide by Avi Mel.
Yeah, so EA throwing a little bit of a zone defense here, just giving a little bit of a change-up, if you will, to Haverford.
I'm sure they love these outside shots, though.
Well, it neutralizes Burt, though. I kind of like that because you don't have him in a position where he can run.
Big save there by Womack.
And I'll tell you, Nash can be beat low, but he's really good up high, and when he can see it, he's excellent.
Oh, what a rocket there from Tristan Whitaker on a beautiful pass by Sam Malloy. That's his 4th goal of the game, and the Churchmen are back on the board, trailing by 3.
Well, Tristan Whitaker came to play today. I mean, he's he's doing some yeoman's work with him and TJ Lamb here. That's a huge goal for Episcopal. Cuts the lead down to 3, and it comes off of a great save by Nash, a great outlet pass, a fast break, and Episcopal gets themselves back in this game with an opportunistic play. Let's see how McMeekin can do here against McCarthy at the X.
This has been a matchup we've been watching since the beginning, and a clean win there. Well, got to grab that ground ball, though, as he eventually does. He's scampered back into enemy territory. Now he's able to control. That one's given away to Aiden Duraco.
Tell you, McMeekin is, he is an impressive athlete, just looking at him.
Given away here to Duraco. Duraco moving in with a 2-on-1, heads to the crease. Bit of a high hit on him, rolls it wide as flags fly. And with the ball down, we will have the penalty charge. Again, an unforced error given away to Duraco.
Yeah, Matt McCarthy definitely plays with an edge, and that was up high. I won't be surprised if they give him 2 minutes here.
Ooh. That was a great view. Again, basically a cross-check to the side of the head.
Yeah. And my sense is this will be a minute locked in for sure. Let's see if they leave him in there for 2. Yeah, to me that was the minimum. I think that's a dangerous play. We can't have that in our game, and, it's a bang-bang play. These things happen. I doubt he meant to do it.
It was a desperation play. He wanted any part of the body, and unfortunately he got the head.
Yep.
So third man up for the Fords. They are 2 for 2. Look to the crease. No, it's a shot there from Duraco that goes well wide. But it is backed up.
Oh, the ref initially pointed towards Episcopal there and then quickly switched. You were about to see that Haverford bench go nuts, but...
Again, an unreleasable penalty here. 38 seconds to go in the man up. Malone to the middle. Near side, Burt. Basically setting up camp, Wills Burt on this near side. Skip pass across. Here's a shot, and he scores. Avi Mel, his 4th of the game. And it's now 9-5, Haverford.
In the first half, Avi Mel had a nice dodge where he drew a slide, and he hit it cross crease to his teammate. Burt buried it in the back of the goal. So I think that was turnaround right there, right? Turnaround is fair play for your teammate. So he just, Burt holding the ball, got himself to, find Mel there across, get it through the sticks, get it to him. And, that again, Avi Mel is a step-down shooter. He is a finisher, and he can play hard.
It looks like Episcopal had too many on. Again, they are still man down for the next 28 seconds, and that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, Coach Bates thought for sure that they had a moving screen or a pick there against Haverford, and that they got away with one, and he's letting the refs hear about it.
A big draw victory here for Haverford, rather for Episcopal Academy. Reese Hickey gets the ground ball, and now the Churchmen can kill the last 18 seconds of the penalty. But let's see if Nash Womack can escape, as he'll just toss it up ahead to space now for Edward Jones.
Well, we got to think the face-offs are probably, somewhere around 50% today, right? Like, we don't have the exact stats. Maybe Haverford's up 1 or 2, but McMeekin making a huge difference at the face-off X. He's taken almost all of the face-offs. I can remember William Hahn being out there for at least 1, maybe 2. I think it's only 1 so far. Penalty is over on McCarthy. So EA is back to being at full strength, but you got to give McMeekin, it's huge to have him out there. I mean, it's a huge effort for him. He's definitely nursing, an injured right hand for sure, but he's giving it a go. This could be his last game as a senior at Episcopal.
Here's a shot, and he scores. That is Charles Crafson with his first of the game, and that pulls Episcopal Academy within 3.
And, just speaking about McMeekin, right, like giving his team a chance, winning a face-off, getting a possession, and then they're taking advantage of it. So, get it back down to a 3-goal game here. McMeekin walking out to take the next face-off. So this is Jake McCarthy, the senior, number 26. So a little change up here, switching between. So it's not Ben 33 out there, it's Jake McCarthy 33 or 26.
Again, keep in mind, McMeekin has been dealing with injury woes. I would love to see him healthy because he has been very good with a nice swim move to get over the timeline.
Yeah, I was bragging on him earlier before the McCarthy penalty, and I'm just, he's an impressive athlete when you just watch him when he moves around the field. He's very confident, so smooth and doesn't seem to be phased with defenders coming at him. He'll be a good addition to that Princeton Tigers team for sure.
Whitaker able to get through traffic and settle things down for the Churchmen. Again, they trailed 9-6.
And this is what the EA staff wants. They want to slow it down, soak some clock, shorten the game, get a high-quality shot.
Nice move by Slate. Goal line extended. Tries to stuff it. Flag flies after the save by Cacciuti. And it looks like EA is going to have the man up.
Yeah, and they'll take that.
We take a quick look at it.
Okay,
nice
so they waved off the flag, Tom, and they're just going to call it a push without possession. So the flag is being waved off, so it's not man up.
Yeah, pushed him right into the crease. So it will be Churchman possession. They'll get a fresh 60 to work with. And on the far side will be Paul Buckley, as he's fronted by Pat Gillen. Tristan Whitaker, future Catamount, now for Jones. TJ Lamb on the near side. Lamb tries to get free against Louis Atkinson. Gets tripped up, tosses it towards the crease, and it rolls wide. And that's not going to be called a shot. So it doesn't matter the backup. It's going to be Haverford ball.
That was still a heck of an effort by TJ Lamb. I mean, he actually put the pass on his teammate, and the teammate was so surprised he was doing it one-handed, albeit his right hand.
Now finally able to escape here is Bird as he gets over the center line. 6:35 to go, third quarter. And semifinal number 1. Keep in mind the final coming up on Friday night here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Winner of this game takes on either Malvern Prep or Penn Charter. And, of course, that semifinal coming up at 7 o'clock tonight.
Pardon me, Tom. Yeah, TJ Lamb, number 2 for Episcopal, is trapped down here on defense. He's an offensive player. He's a good athlete, but this is not where they want him on the field. They don't want him getting tired on defense, and they've got better defenders. So this is an interesting opportunity here for Haverford, and man, I like this matchup.
Shot comes in, nice save by Womack on the attempt by Burt.
If I'm Haverford, Burt can run around in circles and get TJ Lamb nice and tired.
Ball's back at X. Malone looks for help in front, draws the double, tries to power his way free, and he gets held up, and he's going to be called for a ward.
So that basically he was pinning the stick to his chest, so that's, it's all the same, right? It's a turnover.
High pass corralled by Jones. And now Tristan Whitaker. Back for Jones.
So I'm going to guess that they put TJ Lamb on defense there by design. I'm surprised they didn't try to get him off, but he's back out there for another offensive shift. So maybe this is just they're getting their best players or keeping them on the field and trying to reduce this deficit from 3 down to 2. We're certainly getting rests at the offensive end here with the methodical pace that EA is, the methodical tempo that EA is initiating.
Whitaker across. Lamb tries to lower his shoulder, push his way free, goal line extended, takes the shot and he scores. What a release from TJ Lamb, his second goal of the game. And the Churchmen have pulled within 2.
That's leadership right there from TJ Lamb. Takes on a defensive shift, plays some good D, covers one of the best, quickest players on Haverford, gets on offense, takes the first 20 seconds, takes a little break, gets a little bit of separation, and just goes low to high right over the left shoulder. That was a great goal, great play, and we're back to a two-goal game here.
And just when you think EA is out of it, again, they trailed 3-0 pretty early on. They trailed early in this quarter by 4, but they continue to battle.
Yeah, you know, I wonder if Kachuti couldn't see that so well because he was coming out of the shadows a little bit with the shadows that are coming across the field here, and with the goal being in the sunlight, maybe he lost it a little bit and wasn't able to pick it up as quickly as normal. But, man, that was a well-placed shot. I mean, it's deceptive. When you can change levels on a goalie, you're increasing your opportunity to score.
Worked around the outside by the Fords with 4:25 to go in the third quarter. Copen to the near side to Anid DeRocco. Childs around. Copen back for Childs. 45 to shoot, so plenty of time. DeRocco all the way back now for Gerber. Skip to the near side, ball down, but a good bounce there for Aiden DeRocco. He absorbs a chop. Goes back behind now for Malone. 30 to shoot. Skipped over to the near side for DeRocco. This is Aiden DeRocco with the left hand. Sharp angle try is blocked. As unable to get through the traffic was Ryan DeRocco. Goes out of play, and it will be Ford possession with 20 to shoot. Aiden DeRocco. Back down for Gerber. Aiden Copen. Look to the crease. Shot comes in. That goes wide by Childs. But it is backed up by the Fords with just 10 to shoot.
Yeah, this is the second midi line here for Haverford. They're already starting to shift their offensive players off.
Look to the crease, and it's swallowed up by Nash Womack.
I think that was a design sort of, take a break for the top midi line. We didn't see Avi Mel out there. We didn't see Burt out there.
Long pass up ahead. That connects to Flynn Carney, but he's pretty much by himself.
Stepped out of bounds.
And he stepped out of bounds. Again, that's the disadvantage of playing at a neutral site. You don't know the lines as well. Again, if you're just joining us, again, multi-use facility. We're focusing on the blue lines. As here is Sam Gerber as he sweeps to his right.
If you're going to beat this Haverford team, you can't make mistakes like that. I mean, I understand it's the heat of the moment. He's just trying to run to daylight and keep possession for his team. But you've got to be aware of those sidelines.
Down to 2:50 to go in the third.
Haverford giving their top line a break. Now they get their chance to come back on. So we've got Burt and Mel.
It's one advantage to having the lead and having an extended lead of 4, which it was before, is you can bring in some of the depth chart guys to spell some of your top line guys. Everything being kept to the outside as Episcopal starting to stretch out the defense, especially in the midfield. Burt will drop it off now for Aiden DeRocco. Back for Burt. He tries to set up shot. Nice spin move. Shot to the near side post. And that'll go wide. Not sure if a save was made, of course, at the side of the cage, but it is backed up by the Fords, and they'll have a fresh 60. So the save is called.
I think it caught a piece of the pipe there, Tom. I think that's what the reset was from. It didn't look. Oh, great play.
Oh, pass across is intercepted. Stuffed out by John Malone. Turns on the speed. Drops it off. Look to the crease. High to low, and they score! Beautiful goal by Nicholas Wolf. And the Churchmen have pulled within 1. It's now 9-8.
Nicholas Wolf had the easiest job in that, scoring the goal. The great anticipation to make the interception of the pass, if you will, and bringing it down. It was very important that he didn't give it up until that pole was committed to him, which creates all the space on the pass down to Nicholas Wolf for him to score. Literally the easiest part of that, but a great play by EA. We got a game here. It's a 1-goal game. McMeekin at the face-off X. Coach Bates has to feel pretty good of where his team is, and let's see if they can capitalize on the momentum.
By the way, I want to give correct credit to Sam Malloy, who made that interception. Right away, the face-off win. Trying to get it out in front was McMeekin, but it's settled down on the near side by Dylan Jazik.
Yeah, the way that McMeekin with that one hand, these face-off sticks, I mean, they just get twerked and tweaked and bent, and he's trying to throw these one-handed, underhanded passes with his stick. Like, I'm not even coaching, and but it makes me nervous just watching what he's trying to do. They're lucky they still have possession here.
So it makes it so impressive when a Fogo guy stays on and picks up a goal, because that stick is obviously not designed for real possession.
Yeah, so Sam Malloy, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. He gets an attaboy for that, the intercepting the pass and making the smart decision on the fast break to hold it until the pole was committed to him, which made it a tic-tac-toe score for EA. Just a great play.
Paul Buckley just missed there, but it's backed up by the Churchmen. They'll have 30 to shoot with 1:06 to go in the quarter. Huge momentum here, as we talked about it earlier. Late goals and early goals, something that hurt the Churchmen earlier, but trying to make it their advantage here. So here's Nicholas Wolf. He's being chased. Down to 19 to shoot. Wolf gets it back. A lot of options to the crease, but nobody open. So they'll go to the X. Pass gets away, and it stays in. 9 to shoot. Got to get something off here with 5 to shoot. Whitaker with 3. Can't get hands free. Fires anyway, and it goes just wide. But shot clock violation against EA with 35 seconds to go in the quarter.
All things considered, not a terrible possession for EA. I mean, they did knock another 80 seconds off the clock. They can get a stop here and prevent Haverford from scoring. I mean, they can go into the quarter with that 1-goal deficit that they were trying to make happen just before halftime.
Will Costin gets to the line. 20 to shoot, or 20 in the quarter, rather. So here's Teddy Malone. He'll jog back behind the X. Here's Ryan DeRocco. Back for Malone. 10 seconds left. Looking at Cutters. Nobody there, so he tries to do it himself. Fights the double team. Bounces it high and wide. Backed up by Haverford with 3.4 to go.
Yeah, Teddy Malone knows he missed one there. He put a good shot. It just bounced over the top. Great D right there.
Leary gave it a go, just
Great
throwing it towards
deer.
the crease. But it was knocked down by Cooper McAndrews. And that is how the quarter will end. Well, we've got 12 minutes left and a 1-goal game. You can't ask for much more than that. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with fourth quarter action. It's Haverford 9, Episcopal Academy 8, as you're watching the Interact Lacrosse semifinals on the Sports Fanbase Network.
This quarter is brought to you by Scott Gabrielson and the CBRE, the #1 commercial real estate company in the world, a leader both on and off the field, local, national, or international. Buy, sell, or lease. Call Scott Gabes today.
Centrally located between Center City, Philadelphia, and Chester County, the Haverford School has been educating boys ages pre-K through grade 12 for more than 135 years. Haverford helps boys develop in academics, the arts, athletics, and in character. Providing in-person learning 5 days per week, the Haverford School is taking steps to keep its students and faculty healthy. Find out how remarkable boys become men of character. Visit us at haverford.org/admissions. The Haverford School, preparing boys for life.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Eldion Padulary in Feasterville, Trevose today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Edith Robb Dixon Field on the campus of Cabrini University. It's fourth quarter time. Haverford 9, Episcopal Academy 8 in our first semifinal of the day. Alongside Clark Pierce, I'm Tom Williams. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Sports Fan Base Network, whether you're watching live or on demand on YouTube, as draw victory here. And right away, the Churchman with an opportunity, and they score! Just 6 seconds in, Dylan Jazik gets his first of the game, and we're tied at 9.
Yeah, during the break, we were just talking about Dylan Jazik. It's like Episcopal needs him to step up and score some goals. Big leading scorer for them last year. You know, a little bit of an unknown commodity. This year, a lot of teams ready for him. Well, that's the way to get him on the board right there. He's taken some poor shots leading up to that in the first half. I don't think he's had a shot in the second half. And there he is, coming off a great face-off win by McMeekin. He switches hands from right to left and hits Jazik on the post there for a good win. We are tied up.
Brand new game. McMeekin with another victory. He is really stepping up late in this game. McMeekin gets over the line and drops it off for control by Tristan Whitaker.
One of the best face-off players in the country. Headed to Princeton in the fall. Ranked as the number 89 player in his class in the country. And probably playing at, less than 100%. I mean, what do we want to call it? 75%. He's probably playing with, about half of his right hand, half his right wrist, which is the key hand from a leverage standpoint with facing off. Pretty impressive.
That shot rises high by Lamb.
Yeah, but nobody behind. Nobody behind, Tom. I mean, that's a mental break.
Yeah, on the far side was Jazik, but again, the angle was wrong. So the backup made by the Fords, and that's a huge break here for Haverford.
Yeah, just by default, the goalie was closer.
Yep.
So they Kachuti, just by being in position in his cage and getting out that 1 or 2 steps, he was able to get his team the ball. That's huge for Haverford. I mean, it stops the momentum. EA has never led in this game. They had an opportunity to do it there. And it was a great look by TJ Lamb. It just missed the cage, but, man, that's a mental mistake to not have somebody behind.
So now Wills Burt will slow it down, something we don't see from Haverford too often. But now they're just making their midfield changes, and now they'll step up their offense, 43 to shoot. Zeller, goal line extended, goes back to X now. Duraco. Zeller once again, skips it all the way across. Burt spins. Almost drew the double.
Yeah, that's great D right there. Flynn Kearney playing some great D. That's a tough assignment right there. And he's,
huge shot there from Avi Mel. That's his 5th of the game. And the Fords are back on top. It's 10-9.
I'll go back to the same thing I say about this guy all the time. He is such a great step-down shooter. And when he gets his feet set, they are set, and he just is taking target practice. I told you earlier, Nash is really good up high. I'm not even sure, a top-line D1 goalie was going to stop that. That was just pure heat, upper cheese, and it was going in the whole way. He is so accurate and shoots so hard. That's impressive at this level. Really is.
And to be honest with you, again, having that much room, finding those nooks and crannies is so hard to do as an attackman.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's, that's impressive. I mean, he hits the cage. He gets his money's worth on those shots.
Ground ball by Will Costin. Last year, first team All-Iraq. He's heading to Penn State.
Yeah, McMeekin wins the faceoff, but he just popped it out too far ahead, and the Haverford defender was able to grab it.
So another momentum change. As Avi Mel goes for Burt. Goal line extended, being chased by Reese Hickey. Haven't talked much about him. He's a Hamilton College commit at the D3 level. Nice look to the crease. Couple of spins. Shot that goes just wide by Aiden Duraco.
Reese Hickey's done a nice job on the wings today as the LSM on the wings for Episcopal. He's a good player. I like 16 in blue. Great help side defender.
Malone steps up to speed. Duraco all the way across. Picked up by Zeller. Back up top, the step up fire, and he scores. Avi Mel does it again. That's his 6th. You give him room to step up, and he'll power it through a keeper.
That was a downhill step-down shot for him. Boy, he's pretty far out, too. and he's just beaten Nash High. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a better shot than than the technique. All right, so McMeekin taking the faceoff off. He is not out there to take this draw. And I'm looking for him on the bench. I don't see him.
So behind the Monmouth commit to try to win this one, but it is controlled by Ben McCarthy. So now the Fords with all sorts of momentum turns, fires, and it goes wide by Ryan DeRocco.
Looks to me like that was sort of a scheduled face-off there for Hahn. I see McMeekin now on the sidelines. He had his helmet off. Looked like he was just taking a break.
But again, a fourth straight offensive set for Haverford. Avi Mel leading the way. The senior heading to Army has 6 goals for the Fords. And he still finds a way to get free, even though they know it's coming. Now they step up on him nicely. Now they look to the crease. That goes just wide. Again, when you step up on Mel, there's DeRocco right nestling his way towards the front of the.
That was a great pass by
front of the
Mel,
net
too.
there, yeah.
DeRocco just missed the cage, but it was a great look.
Oh, bad pass comes to the near side, and it'll go out of play.
Over and back. Blue ball here, Episcopal ball.
I love the effort there in spite of it by Tristan Whitaker. He wanted the fast break. Instead, he'll have to bring it in. Trying to back his way in is TJ Lamb. And now the midfielders will change. Here's Edward Jones. And now Tristan Whitaker. Whitaker has 4 goals on the game. 8:05 to go, fourth quarter. 2-goal lead for Haverford. Jones. Back and forth with Lamb. Looks near side. Little head fake, though, by Whitaker. Didn't have the lane to shoot. Lamb once again. Couple of cutters. Back for Lamb. Looks near side. Shot, and it's blocked. Will Costin steps into that one. And again, there's not much in the way of padding on the hip.
Whitaker did have a little bit of space and time there, but Costin was able to close the gap and get his stick on his shaft there and slow that down and affect that shot just enough. The way Whitaker's shooting, pardon me, Tom. I mean, that was a great play by Costin because Whitaker has been on today for sure.
7:27 to go, fourth quarter. All the way across here, Jazik.
Jazik's got a short stick. And they're kind of shutting him off here.
Flag flies, ball intercepted, and play will be stopped. It'll be a man up for EA, their 4th of the game.
We'll see what this is here. It might be the moving screen that Coach Bates was yelling for.
Now, they always say that
interference. How about that?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
They always say that you're not arguing that call; you're arguing for the next one.
Yeah, it's interesting. Coach Bates, the other coaches on the staff here, just smiling a little bit over that one. They earned that one in the previous. So 30 seconds, man up for Episcopal. Big opportunity here. Down by 2.
So Brendan Coolene will take the knee. 30-second penalty. 4th man up for EA. They are 1 for 3. Crafson in the middle. Now for Lamb. Back for Crafson. Looks far side. Look to the crease. Turnaround shot, and it's blocked away by Cacciuti. But it is backed up by the Churchman. 15 to go in the man up.
Yeah, they forced that into Jazix. He did a great job just to get himself turned around and get another shot off. Some excellent patience and athletic ability in there. Just missed the cage.
Back up top again, Craftsman. Near side, Lamb. Lamb, high hit on him. Nothing called. And he got cross-checked high by Leary. Now the man up is over. So now the Churchmen are 1 for 4. They've got 40 to shoot. 6:40 to go in the fourth quarter. TJ Lamb. Way outside. Connor Nolan goes with him. So one-on-one, head fake, loses his footing, tries to swim his way free. Almost got undercut and tripped. Fights his way through. Goal line extended, tries to stuff in the chest, save by Cacciuti. Ball down, controlled by the Churchman. Here's Whitaker. He gets pushed away. Shot comes in. That goes just wide by Buckley, but it is backed up by Lamb. 54 to shoot.
And there was some heat on that shot for Buckley, and he just barely missed the lower goalie's right side of that cage. That was a great looking take.
Jazik directing some traffic, gets a pick. Sharp angle shot and a save by Cacciuti.
Yeah, not great shot selection there. I think he's a little frustrated. He didn't score on that last one. TJ Lamb with a little something extra as a slash on Cacciuti. So Haverford's going to go up a man, and the longer they can take, out of this shot clock. Boy, Episcopal may have been offsides as well there.
Well, they may have gotten away with that, but again, delayed penalty here.
Yeah, I mean, they can soak some clock, and then they'll be man up for a minute because I'm pretty sure that'll be a slash.
But basically, they'll be able to kill them in about 2 minutes. Again, they don't even need to shoot. I mean, they will if they get the opportunity, but right now, possession's so key, especially heading towards 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The look to the crease, instead ball all the way back up top. Ooh, out of the cross of Gerber. Can't find the ground ball, but Leary does. Leary steps up, thought about the shot, then fires and scores! Brendan Leary. A 12-9 lead for Haverford, and it looks like they'll go back on the man up as well. Again, thought about it, no room. Now I'll fire. And really no chance for Womack, who actually reacted to the initial shot look.
Yeah, we'll have a 1 minute penalty for the slash by TJ Lamb on Chakudi. And Brendan Leary just being opportunistic there. Not a player that normally stays on to play offense. He's a short stick midi D player for the Fords, but you put a great shot on Cage. A bounce shot, high to low bounce shot, hard for the goalie to track those types of shots, and it gives Haverford the 3-goal lead here.
Big face-off, and controlled by Haverford. On the ground ball by Pat Gillen. This is certainly must-kill for Episcopal Academy. If they are able to pull it off, they'll have just over 4 minutes to get back into this game. Still a lot of time in this sport, especially the way they've been able to work the face-off X. Heck, even if they do give up a goal, they're not out of it, considering their proficiency, but they've got to hurry it along after either the kill or the man-up goal. But right now, Haverford doesn't seem to be in much of a rush. Down to 20 seconds to go in the man-up.
I'll be surprised if they go to the cage here until under 10 seconds. They'll just let the penalty expire.
Unless they get something obvious. Doesn't seem like that's happening. Here's Burt with the step up. Skips it across. Shot comes in. They score! Avi Mel with his 7th of the game. And with 4:08 to go in the fourth, it's now 13-9 Haverford.
So unless they get something obvious, or Avi Mel is, open for another one of his high cheddar shots, which we've now seen 7 today. I mean, it's just an impressive performance. Certainly the player of the game for Haverford with his offensive production. I think he's got an assist or 2 to go along with that for sure. That's a big, big game for him. There's some senior leadership, most definitely.
That's something that if Haverford gets through this semifinal, that either Malvern Prep or Penchard's got to be cognizant of, is his ability to step into a shot. He's got to be covered. It's really that simple. Get into his hands, get into his kitchen. And another draw victory here for Haverford. Could pretty well ice this game, as it's now a 4-goal advantage as they have possession.
I mean, it's too late to shut him off at this point, but that would have been, maybe after 4 or 5, that might have been the right thing to do. But he's been impressive. He's earned it for sure.
So now Haverford again with possession. 3:33 to go in the fourth. 50 to shoot. Again, they'll be in no rush.
Just looking at just kind of replaying that last face-off for McMeekin there for Episcopal, and just notice that most of the ones where he's had success today have been sort of quick pops of getting the ball out quick, and I think he's been trying to do that because of his injury to his right hand, right wrist, and that was one of those longer kind of clamp ones, and I could see him kind of disengage from it because he's probably feeling some good pain.
A bomb from Aiden Copen, the senior heading to Lafayette. And with 3:04 to go, that could seal it. It's a 5-goal lead.
Yeah, they're really picking on Nash here up high with their shots. I mean, they've found something with him high, and they're going. They're coming. He gets down real low, and I think he was anticipating a bounce shot there, and that thing was high, and he didn't follow it. He saw it, but he just didn't follow that one.
Again, not too long ago, EA had tied the game up at 9, but a 5-goal run for the Fords. But now moving up right away, the shot that rises high by Jazik. It is backed up by the Churchman. You know that the Churchmen are not going anywhere. They're going to keep on plugging away, but they're going to do something that they have not done much of this year, is step up the pace. They are normally a very patient team, but they cannot afford patience right now.
Yeah, they need shots. They need dodges to the cage. They want to try to draw some extra attention to the ball.
Jazik trying to get free. Rather, that's Lamb. He turns it, fires it off the pipe. That'll go to the center line. That's a good keep there by Paul Bruder, using the long pole to just keep it on the right side of the line.
Yeah, one of two freshmen that get a lot of time playing defense for this EA team. I mean, the future is bright for this team, no doubt. They lost a bunch of guys. Great shot.
Jump shot there by Tristan Whitaker. He picks up his 5th of the game. And the pulse gets a little stronger for the Churchmen. They're now down 4.
Tristan Whitaker is having a great game, and playing very well. And, they needed that one. That was coming off of the TJ Lamb, the Watson, pardon me. The Eddie Jones screen there. He was able to get his hands free and get a great bounce shot. High to low bounce shots are really hard shots for goalies to track. Your hands are up, the ball goes down, your hands go down, your hands have to come back up. It's a hard shot to track. I mean, well, who am I telling? You know this.
And
you know a high to low bounce shot, the former goalie.
It is. It keeps you up at nights.
Yeah. So you see on that face-off there, so McMeekin, it was another clamp, and he just kind of let up there at one point so he could, just disengage and try to create it as a 50-50. It's a hell of an effort by him, but we're four goals down, 2 minutes to go. Coach Bates calls a timeout here for Episcopal. Let's see what they want to set up. It's going to probably have to start with TJ Lamb. But Episcopal with an opportunity here to make this a 3-goal advantage and see if they can continue to chip away at it. Still plenty of time.
We'll take a quick 30 seconds. Back in a moment as you're watching the Interact Lacrosse Tournament here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hey, Thunder fans! Baseball's right around the corner. Your Trenton Thunder begin their jam-packed schedule with an opening night celebration on June 7th. Meet Kate Flannery from The Office, grab a Bat Dog Dash bobblehead, and celebrate 4th of July at the Thunder. Daily specials return with $1 hot dogs and Kids Eat Free Tuesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Case's Pork Roll Fridays, and Fireworks most Thursdays and Saturdays. There's something going on at every game in 2022. Get your tickets at TrentonThunder.com.
Timeout over for Episcopal Academy. They're trailing by 4, 2:06 left to go in the fourth quarter. As again, we come to you from Cabrini University. This is our first Interact semifinal of the day, as on the far side, controlled by Edward Jones. Back up top now for TJ Lamb. Back for Jones. They've got to hurry. Down by 4 with under 2 minutes to go. Ball down, but corralled here by Jones. Look to the crease. Gets away. Swept away by Cooper. And it's eventually controlled by Jazik, but only 54 to shoot. 100 seconds to go in regulation. Looks to the crease, nothing there. Calling for it near side Lamb. Instead, Jazik then gets it to Lamb. Sharp angle, back out in front. The pass is low. Whitaker can't find it. And controlled by the Fords. And they'll outlet it up ahead. The ground ball grabbed again by Cooper. Cooper steps up on the fast break, uses the long pole, fires it and scores! Gavin Cooper. And Haverford regains the 5-goal lead with 1:22 to go.
So I'm counting about a dozen college coaches sitting over there on chairs, and every single one of them went heads down after they saw that, because that fully formed human is a freshman. Number 30, Gavin Cooper. He was on the USA national team, U16 USA national team last summer. That is a fully formed man-child, if you will, that every college in the country is going to be salivating to get their hands on somewhere down the road.
You can't teach size. And that's pretty much what the college coaches are looking at right there. As again, that could just about seal it with the addition of the face-off victory.
Yeah, and I mean, for Cooper, I mean, that's a hype goal. Anytime a pole can get a goal, the bench goes nuts, and that should seal it here with exactly a minute left to go here.
Only 2-second difference between the clocks as Burt will go to the far side. EA's going to chase him down. They're going to get their wind sprints in. Comes near side for Zeller. And right now you're going to see a ton of doubles and heavy attack and the flag as the slash got up a little high. Got him right in the mask. Zeller doesn't want to give it up. He's at the line, draws the triple team, gets it across. Gerber takes a breath and will get back over the restraining line. Goal line extended, being chased by 2. Look to the crease, nobody there, so it was a little bit too high for Zeller. Goes out of play. And now the penalty will be assessed with 24.6 to go.
That'll be McCarthy again, 21 for Episcopal going into the sin bin.
Again, you can understand the aggressiveness. It just got it up a little bit too high. Tough break. But the bottom line is Haverford with possession, 24.6 to go. Man up and up by 5. They could pretty much walk out the rest of this period. But, EA, great comeback twice. Down 3-0 early. They were down 4 at one point early in the third quarter. Pulled within 9. But it was a 5-goal run for Haverford to help seal this game. Even the keeper coming out, Nash Womack getting a couple of extra chops towards the goal. And that will do it. The Haverford Fords are going to the championship game as they defeat Episcopal Academy. Final score of 15-10.
Well, let's hope the second game is as competitive and as fun to watch and analyze as this game. This was EA really put a heck of an effort together to be competitive against this Haverford team. I mean, McMeekin playing with an injury for sure, much less than 100% himself. His backup, Hahn banged up, wasn't able to give them as much as he normally can for change-ups and different things. And, really it was the Avi Mel show on the Haverford side of the ball. Offensively, he was just next level today. And, a good game out of Chakudi as well. In Cage, he got slashed, he got hit in the lower abdominal region. He had a rough day, but was still very effective in goal. And they will be a worthy opponent for whoever can win our next game, either Penn Charter or Malvern.
So Avi Mel does finish with 7 goals to lead the way for Haverford. Connor Nolan had 2, while on the other side of the ledger, Episcopal Academy had Tristan Whitaker with 5 goals. TJ Lamb had a couple of goals as well. As we congratulate Episcopal Academy. Great season. They were, again, very close to pulling off what would have been a minor upset, but an upset nonetheless. As, again, they tied the game up at 9 at one point, but fall 15-10 to Haverford, who will be taking on either Malvern Prep or Penn Charter coming up on Friday night. Speaking of Penn Charter and Malvern Prep, that's coming up at 7 o'clock. That's our second semifinal. The regular season champion and number 2 team in the country, Malvern Prep, takes on the number 4 seeded Penn Charter Quakers live here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Once again, our final score, Haverford 15, Episcopal Academy 10. For all of us here at Edith Robb Dixon Field on the campus of Cabrini University on the campus, actually in Radnor, Pennsylvania. For my partner, Clark Pierce, this is Tom Williams saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.